Good morning, Jim McKinnon with Money Management. Hey, we're going to have a little fun today. We were a little serious yesterday, and we had one of the best days we've ever had as far as views. I mean, it was great, and we very much appreciate that. We're going to get back on that. But I like to have kind of a fun day and a serious day. So today's going to be well, I don't know it's all that fun, but it's kind of interesting. This is on Kim, if you can get a photo of that. This is legendary NFL players who went broke in retirement. It's really a shame. When I was working for the second largest Merrill Lynch office in the world in Cleveland, Ohio, we had Cleveland's got every sports team there, you know, from soccer to football to baseball to hockey to everything. And every one of those people were clients of ours. I mean, we had a house office in Cleveland. It's #2 office in the whole world for Merrill Lynch. And we had about 70 brokers, and the #1 Park Avenue had about 600. So, you know, they beat us with 10 times the sales force, but yeah, they should. Anyway, and we had access to all these pro athletes. We also had access, went to some training camps with them and talked to them. I was the estate planning specialist. We talked about things such as getting wills, trust, life insurance, this sort of stuff. And you can't get the players to come, but you can get the wives to come. During the off season, this is a 12-month job. When you're a professional athlete, it's a 12-month job. You know, people think, well, if you play football, you only play in the fall. No, that's not true. You've got team meetings. You cannot get a professional athlete to come to a meeting. But each one of the sports has a wives club. And the wives come, and they are glad to come, and they're anxious to have speakers. And I had the privilege of addressing a number of them when I was in Cleveland. Anyway, I thought this might be kind of interesting. First one we're going to talk about is Bernie Kosar. Now, Bernie Kosar made about $19 million. $19 million. However, 13 years after he retired, he was deeply in the red, so much that he declared bankruptcy. Some of these I'm going to skip because you don't know. I don't really know them, and you don't know them, so we're going to get to... Yeah, this is a fun guy. William Perry, they call him Refrigerator. And I watched William Perry play in college. He played at Clemson. Hey, he was something. Now, the guy's about 6 foot, about 300 and something pounds. He could dunk a basketball. He was a phenomenal athlete. From Aiken, South Carolina, I was living in Columbia. I mean, he was something. But during the time that he played, his league salary, in addition to a lot of advertising, should have lasted a lot longer than he did. But by 2011, he had auctioned off his Super Bowl ring, manages off of $14,000 a year from Social Security, and he still lives in South Carolina at an assisted living home. Isn't that pathetic? A guy that made all that money. Next. Mark Ingram Singer. He played for the first round draft pick. Played for Alabama. I guess upon his retirement in '96, he was forced to make ends meet through criminal activity. He defrauded the IRS, participated in money laundering. He spent 7 years in prison, and now he's dead broke for making tens of millions of dollars. This is the interesting guy. This is Deuce McAllister. Deuce played at Ole Miss, and then went on to play for the Saints. I think he was the leading rusher in Saints history. After he retired in 2008, he blew his $70 million in savings in 2 years. How? Kim, tell me, women do that more than men. They must have got some bad women, right, Kim?
I guess so.
Kim, you wouldn't go through Rick's $70 million if he had $70 million in 2 years, would you?
I don't think I could.
Would it take you about 3 or 4? Okay, I didn't think. $70 million. How in the? I don't know. I don't know. He was, at the end of the day, he was $7 million in debt, even having his $1.6 million home seized by the bank. Isn't that pathetic? Okay. Probably the greatest linebacker in history, Lawrence Taylor. Oh my gracious! After his 1993 retirement, he went hard with the purchase of alcohol, drugs, and prostitutes. In fact, he would later state that at one point he was spending literally thousands a day on drugs. Worse yet, he was found guilty of tax evasion, and his company, All Pro Products, became worthless. he filed for bankruptcy. Pathetic. 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 Happens to anybody. Travis Henry, and I will get somebody we know a little better. I look like I just messed up. Okay. They got Dan Marino in there. Johnny Unitas. The kid, me come back to me. Johnny Unitas. Same thing, bankrupt. Now, Johnny played a long time ago. Johnny didn't make the big bucks that the people are making today. You know, he didn't. Most of you know that I had a former business partner named Fran Tarkenton. And when Fran quit playing football, he was the highest paid individual in pro ball, making $250,000 a year. Some of the quarterbacks that sit on the bench make that much per game. So Fran just lived, you know, as he says, he was just born too early. You know, he should have been born a little bit later. Good friend of mine that went right from high school, named Gerald Moses, went right from high school to professional baseball, only spent 3 months in the minors and went right to the majors. Played 12 years for different teams, the last team, Boston Red Sox. And I saw Gerald at a class reunion, and I was talking. We were arguing about who was going to pay for something. I said, look, Moses, I know you made millions, but I've done pretty good too. Let me pay for it. And he kind of looked at me and he said, you think I made millions? I said, yeah. He said, no, I didn't. He said the average salary for a starting catcher when I was playing was $32,000 a year. So I made $32,000. I said, well, you better sit down and shut up because I sure made a lot more. And I'm going to pay for this, whatever we get. Just so. Now, what did all these people have in common? Well, they got bad advice, number one, or they took it upon themselves with no advice. I really, it was different. Like Lawrence Taylor, he got involved in drugs, prostitution, all that kind of stuff. Other ones got involved in gambling. Others just made bad deals. They listened to people that they thought had their best interest at heart. Most of them, or a lot of them, were their financial advisor, charging them exorbitant fees to give them financial advice, and the financial advice wasn't worth a toot. The financial advice went in the financial advisor's pocket. That's the reason you might want to consider doing business with us. We are totally transparent. Hey, folks, we got more checks and bounces. I'm not that terribly smart, but I don't think there's any way in the world I could steal a client's money, even if I wanted to, which I don't. I mean, there's so many checks and bounces, and there's so many things that I'd get caught, so many ways I'd get caught. And I've got to justify every trade that I make, everything that I sell. There's something called the compliance department. I call them the sales prevention department. They check all that out. And if they don't think a particular sale that I made is appropriate, they'll tell me that. Now, I can maybe give them my reasons and maybe override. And since I've been around for so long, you know, they know I'm an honest guy, and I'm not trying to do anything dishonest. So I can usually win my argument, but sometimes I don't. The point is, I mean, we are scrutinized. And I don't know if back then they weren't as scrutinized as we are today. I don't know that. But these people made phenomenal amounts of money, and now they're flat broke. Like William Perry, living in assisted living. He was one of the biggest names in football. William the Refrigerator Perry. The guy was phenomenal. So my point is, folks, don't think you can do it by yourself. You need to choose somebody, A, that's been around for a while, B, that's got some proof that they do a good job and they're honest people. You can go to our website anytime you want to. Check us out. Kim, tell them what our website is.
It is Money Management Incorporated.
Tell them how to spell the money.
MONEY and MGTINC.
Okay.
And you can just type in Money Management Incorporated in Brookhaven.
Right. You can just type Money Management Inc. Brookhaven, and it'll pull us up. You can check us out. Anything you want. Hey, I don't want to see anybody I used to work with some of these guys. And when I was in Cleveland, we went to sport camps all over the country. And we presented things to them. And we could do it at sport camps where during the season or during the off season even, you couldn't get them. As I said, we did the wife. So if we can help you folks, go to our website, check us out, see if we're worthy of talking to us. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great week.